Hi, welcome to Little Mountain Mama. My name is Chelsea, and I'm going to kick this video off by doing dishes first thing because the night before I had a really bad migraine and they just really needed to be done before I did any cooking. I'll be cooking in this video 4 different meals this time. The first one is spaghetti with grilled cheese garlic bread, and the second meal is cheeseburger bowls. It's the first time I ever made them. I just got tired of having the same old, and so I turned it into a cheeseburger bowl instead of just cheeseburgers. The third meal is Crockpot veggies with chicken, sausage, and macaroni and maters. The final meal that I'll be making is my version of a cottage pie. I know it's not like a legitimate cottage pie, but we like it pretty well. The only thing that I forgot to do on that one was bake it, but that's because we were so hungry. It was such a late supper, but it was still just as good as ever. Alright, now for our favorite meal probably of this whole week, and that was the cheeseburger bowls, and it was the first time I ever made them. It's incredibly simple. I used amazing burger seasoning, a little bit of stone meal minced onion. I get my groceries mostly from Aldi, but you basically just brown your ground beef, throw in your ranch packet, your seasonings, and mix it together, let it simmer for a long time. I let mine simmer until pretty much everything else is done, and that gets most of the grease out of my meat without having as much to pour out. I used potato puffs, which we call tater tots, but it was a really good meal. I just pour a little bit of olive oil over top, not much, maybe more than other people, but then I just mix it all together, and what have you got? Bippity boppity tater tots. It's actually really good, but I just threw those on top of that burger bowl, and it was amazing. We'll definitely be having this one again. I can about guarantee that. Now, at the same time that I was cooking the cheeseburger bowls, I started to cook our next night's meal, and that was the Crockpot veggies with chicken, sausage, and macaroni and maters. Now, the only thing I really started the night before was the veggies, and I just slow cooked them all night long, which may have been where I went a little wrong with that, and I used way too much Worcestershire sauce. I can't say that word for the life of me. Worcestershire sauce. Anyways, I added too much of that in there, and I think that's what gave it a little bit too much of a tang. But I had added like banana pepper juice and of the sauce. Yep, that's it. That's the one. Heinz. Hindsight 2020. Don't use that in your crockpot veggies. Anyways, I just added a little bit of butter and stuff, and maybe to your taste, it just wasn't to ours. I had also added a little bit of a ranch packet to this one too, and I think that I just had too many flavors in there at once. That was me experimenting. I do like crockpot veggies though. And then I just had some of this chicken sausage left over. I had a whole pack of it. My husband really likes it, and my daughter Sadie really likes it, my 2-year-old. But me and my oldest daughter, we're not big fans. But I am a big fan of that right there, macaroni and mater juice. The only thing it was missing was bacon grease, and that's because I have used it all up in my last batch of soup beans. I need to save up some more. Alright, and then I added some butter to that sausage because it was sticking. I do remember doing that too. Alright. And our last meal was another favorite, and that was my version of a cottage pie. I just browned the ground beef, and like I said, I let it cook while everything else is cooking, and just let it get as much of that oil grease out as I can. I boiled up some taters, about 4 or 5 large taters, and added salt, milk, pepper, butter, mix it, taters, mashed taters, and they are good. Bob Evans, eat your heart out. And I added 2 cans of mixed vegetables and a can of pinto beans to my meat, and I had seasoned that, of course, with some onion and my ground beef seasonings, amazing burger seasoning that I really enjoy. I topped that off after I poured it into my little pot there. I topped it off with the taters, spread it out evenly, and I usually bake it in the oven for about, I don't know, 10 minutes or something, just till the taters get a little bit browned on top, because everything else is cooked. But I didn't this time. We were really hungry that night, and it really hit the spot. This concludes our meals for the week, and I hope you all have a blessed day. Come back and see me sometime. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell notification.